Before we start the video, I'd just like to say the first couple of days in Marrakech, I got sick, like really, really sick. So much so that I wasn't really present enough to film. So that's why 7 months later, I am finally here filming and editing and ready to post my Christmas New Year travel vlog. Traveling from Toronto to Morocco is a bit of a trip, 11 hours flight. But then you've got to consider the friends and family who made the hike out as well. And would you look at that, it suddenly makes sense why we chose Morocco. Since the trip had about 10 people going, we rented out a riad in the Medina. Only now I realize the reason why I didn't film much outside of our room was because I was really sick for the first few days, and then I just got used to being there, and it didn't seem like something I should be filming. Especially with our mess everywhere. The alleyway you see is the path from our riad to the souks. The twists and turns from the riad confused us at first, but after a couple days we really got used to it. And then, by the end of our trip, we had a firm grasp of navigating the alleys around the souks as well. Although we did use Google Maps a few times. The souks are like this giant, sprawling marketplace, filled with treasures and trinkets of every kind. Located right in the Medina, the old city of Marrakech. In the souks, always haggle your prices down. Always. The seller will charge you above the selling price, with the expectation that haggling will go on to bring it down a bit. So please make sure to haggle. As an example, I got a beautiful pashmina scarf for my friend and a belt for myself for 100 dirhams, with the original price the seller asked being around 400. The Jardin Majorelle was originally built in the early 20th century and has since had multiple artists contribute to it, including Yves Saint Laurent. The garden is this beautiful sprawling thing covered in Berber blue with 3 museums surrounding it. The Berber Museums, the Islamic Art Museum of Marrakech, and the Musée Yves Saint Laurent, which are all worth the trip. Located on the south side of the Kasbah Mosque, which we couldn't go to but is very beautiful. The Saadian Tombs contain beautiful architectural work dedicated to the 60+ members of the Saadi dynasty buried there. Outside, in the rose gardens, there are further examples of this beautiful architecture, as well as the graves of servants and soldiers buried there. Bahia Palace was built with the intention of being the greatest palace in Morocco, and it kind of lives up to its name. Filled with Moroccan decoration and architecture, the rooms and gardens are speckled with pieces that by themselves are quite amazing and together are just fabulous. After that, it was time to leave Marrakech and explore the surrounding areas, including the seaside town of Essaouira, where they filmed part of John Wick. and the Ourika Falls, and many other locations. Part 2 will be posted next week. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to be alerted. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.